Hey, welcome back. Today I'll be talking about the belief map. And the belief map is nothing more than a document where you're going to be putting the beliefs, the stories, the ideas that you have about yourself, about your audience, and about your product. Now, the best thing about the belief map is that it will give you a clear understanding of your audience and how well you know your audience, and it complements your market research. That said, the belief map is something that you're going to be writing from your head. Like, you don't have to research anything. You're just going to write anything that comes to your mind so that you can figure out how well you know your audience and how well you know yourself, let's say, right? So we get started with, what do you want your audience to believe about you? This is paramount because I'm a big believer in picking obsessions instead of niches. You've heard a lot about, hey, niche down, you need to pick a niche. The riches are in the niches. Forget about that. Pick an obsession, right? That could be a topic, an idea, a knowledge, or skill. And next, like, what do you want people to believe about you in regards to that obsession? So just list a few things about these ideas that you want people to believe about you. You want them to believe that you're competent at what you do. You want them to see you as an expert in your obsession or your niche. Let's use niche and obsessions interchangeably, by the way. And list these things that you want people to believe about you. Then you're going to be writing about your target market. And just do a brain dump here. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just say who you want to attract, specifically for this product launch. And let's be honest, your product needs to be aligned with the topics and the niche and the obsessions that you usually talk about on your social media marketing and in your emails. So the target market for your products should be aligned with your niche. So start by writing everything you know about the people inside that market. Then you're going to list down a bunch of frustrations, at least 10. And when I say frustrations, you can think about frustrations as problems and lack of ideas or knowledge that frustrate your audience members. And if you can use the words that you've heard them say, much better. That said, I have a really quick hack on how to write frustrations, and it's with this page. At the end, the frustrations, it's just an emotion, right? So you can find different ways of how people express their emotions. And there are 5 major ones: anger, fear, sadness, disgust, enjoyment. So let's go with the negative emotions, because at the end of the day, these are the ones that cause frustrations, right? So let's talk about these ones. Disappointment. Maybe a frustration is that they are disappointed that they haven't launched a product yet, a digital product. That could be yourself. You're disappointed that you haven't found a way to launch and sell your expertise in a digital product. That could be something that frustrates you. What else? Let's scroll down. Maybe you are doubtful that people perceive you as an expert, or that you're nervous or anxious about your upcoming launch because you actually don't know what to say, how to say it, what to write about, and what to post about in order to build hype for your product. You see how simple it is once you have these emotions right in front of you? You can just pick a few of these emotions and list them as frustrations. Just be sure to be a little bit more precise in what frustrates your prospects, because at the end of the day, it's not just about writing nervous. I'm nervous. No. You need to say why they're nervous. What is making them feel nervous? An example will be, I am feeling nervous because I don't know if my product launch will actually make me money, and I'm afraid that I lost all of that time creating the product and the product launch only to make $0. You see that? How precise that is? And the beauty is that once you have these frustrations, you can figure out which of these frustrations are actually false beliefs. And the false beliefs are the things that are mostly untrue. And what do I mean with this? Let me give you an example. There's a false belief in my domain where people think that they need to create the product, the digital product, before actually selling it. You don't need to create that. In fact, a lot of you guys bought HyperLaunch on pre-sale months before I created the course. So that's a big false belief. And it can come from a frustration, right? Now, the next one is listing your sacred cows, the sacred cows of your audience. And the sacred cow is nothing more than something that is deemed as 100% truth in your field. In my domain, people think that they have to nurture an audience to monetize their knowledge by selling digital products. And the reality is, you don't have to. And the proof of this is that Have you ever bought something from a Facebook ad where you don't even know the name of the person, where you have never seen this guy, this girl, this person ever in your life? Did that person nurture you? No, you bought, right? So maybe I could create a product later on how to sell information products even if you don't have an email list or even if you don't have an audience. And then I show you how to use paid ads, right? So what are these sacred cows of your audience? Because I would say it would be wise of you to pick one of these sacred cows and like build something around that. Let me give you another example. I have a friend. He usually talks about how he got lean and cut and really strong without counting calories. That's a big sacred cow in the fitness niche where you have to count calories, you have to track everything you eat so that then you can actually lose weight. And the thing is that he's always making fun of these fitness influencers who think that this is the only way, counting calories in order to lose fat. So that's the sacred cow he usually attacks. Now, the next thing is, what is your audience dreamy outcome? What do they want to achieve? And I'm asking you this question because this is the dream outcome you want to offer with your product. And at the end of the day, this is the main benefit of your product. Once you find out what is the dream outcome, you can just hammer that dream outcome in every single email, in every single sales page for this specific product launch. And then what do you want your audience to believe about themselves? This is usually the inverse of the false beliefs. Let's say that in your case, you don't feel like an expert enough to launch digital products. Well, here I would say, I want you to feel that you are actually the right person to teach others how to do whatever you want to teach them through your information products. That is one of the things I would love for you to believe about yourself. And then finally, you have the about your product. What's the product about? What do you want your audience to believe about your product? Who is this for? And this is very related to your target market. Now, here you're going to just go even deeper because at the end of the day, your products are not meant for every single person in your audience. So here you describe for who exactly this is. And finally, what's the biggest result your system, the things that you're going to be showing in your courses and your digital products, can get for other people. And this is very related to this dream outcome. Anyhow, here you can see an example of the belief map I built for this specific course, the HyperLaunch course. So take a look at how I did this and feel free to use this as inspiration. And again, feel free to use the list of emotions, which you'll be able to find inside here. I'll be adding a link so you can find it every single time inside the belief map. And there you go. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching.